Now is retired Marine Nick Popaditch, who knows something about fighting in Iraq. Good morning to you.
Morning.
You were there. Just for those who don't know, you were there in Baghdad to watch the fall of it.
Yeah, I was there a lot earlier on, many years ago compared to now, and seeing this thing kind of run its course in the latter part of it, watching it from home here.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So we enter a whole new chapter today because the president, in some form, is going to start bringing them home, or at least announce that he's going to start bringing them home about 5,000, maybe up to 10,000 before the year is over. Your thoughts on where we are and what we should be doing?
Well, you know, a surge is just what it is. It's a surge, and ultimately those men and women should be coming home. So really we have to ask ourselves, is the mission done? What we sent them to surge to do, have we done it? And General Petraeus has not indicated overwhelmingly that we have done that yet. So we have to understand that if we bring them back before the mission is done, there's a real human cost to that. I mean, we've just had the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines right up the street here, fought their hearts out over there. They paid a heavy price over there. They took a heavy toll on the enemy. They laid a great groundwork. And now you got a lot of men and women who paid a lot over there. You want to finish the job. You don't want to tell them, hey, we sent you over there, great job, but we're gonna stop before this one's done. So let's make sure it's done.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. As a Marine, if you were there right now and you're spilling your blood and your sweat and your tears, and they say, you know what, we're gonna pull back, we're gonna come off of this thing. That, you know, that's mixed feelings, I would think.
Absolutely, and it's a mixed message. You know, you sent them over there and said, this is what we're gonna do. You gave them a mission. They went over there and performed magnificently. So let's hold up our end of the bargain. And as you said, as a Marine, when I was on the ground there, what I really wanted, if you'd have asked me about my political leadership, because you can't control that as a Marine on the ground, but if you'd have asked me, what do I expect out of my political leadership, I said I want the same courage that that man to my left or my right has. I want them to show the same courage. We're here, we're not tired, we're not war weary. So if you are, you maybe say you are, but don't say we, say I.
Indications are that the first ones that come home are probably going to be Army, not Marines. So we're probably going to see more of an East Coast influx than West Coast. Your thoughts about that?
I think that's why it's so important that we make sure that the mission there has been completed before we send anybody, you know, before we start drawing down, because our Marines up the street, right up there at Camp Pendleton and Miramar, they're still going to be there. They're early in and last ones out. And so what we're going to be asking them, if we draw the forces down, we're going to be asking them to do the same amount of work, if not more, with less.
And Congressman Hunter, we talked to Duncan Hunter this morning, he said, okay, fine, we're going to bring these home. We have to change our strategy over there. We have to do things differently or somebody's, I mean, literally going to get hurt.
Well, ultimately what we want to do is we want a stable government over there, because terrorism doesn't grow in democracy. So that's the mission, at least as I understood it. That's what we're raising our right hands to go build over there. And hopefully we still believe that's a valid mission, and that's done more with their people than with ours. We just have to get to that point.
As we see more Army, more Marines coming home, talk about the transition. You had to make it, and Marines, and we're going to see such an influx over the next couple of years coming home. How's that going to be for the men and women? Well,
I think the important thing to note is this war is different. It's an all-volunteer force. Everybody raised their right hand. And in particular, the guys and gals over there right now, they all raise their right hand since we've been at war. They believe in what we're doing over there. So I think at the minimum, you owe it to them. They've earned it. Their families have earned it to hear the word victory. They need to hear that we're over there to win. They raise their right hands believing in it. We need to hear that our leadership believes in it also. And once they get home, we have double the unemployment rate amongst our returning veterans. It's a staggering statistic. So I would say to the community out there, look for these men and women, because what you hear a lot of is the negative, all the damage that's been done to these folks. But you know what? These men and women come back with a great skill set. They're great decision makers. They've got discipline. They've got attention to detail. They can overcome adversity. They're amazing people. So I would say go to where they're at. Yeah. If you got a job, put advertising in those base newspapers for Camp Pendleton, Miramar, over at San Diego State. There's a student veterans organization, number of talented young men and women. So let's welcome them home properly. Let's welcome them home with opportunity. That's a very important thing when they come home.
And they have a ton to be proud of, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. It's America's best over there. It's fighting for us right now, and we enjoy all the great things here in sunny San Diego because of what they're doing over there.
Well, hopefully the right moves will be made later today. Thank you so much, Nick Popaditch.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
And appreciate your service.